Hi, we're Krisha and Frank.
Hi, I'm Frank and you're Krisha.
I am. Hello.
You cracked me up at the end of one of our episodes. Well, anyway, we've got shows.
Hi.
Boy, do we have shows. We have so many shows. What is this? What number is this?
I don't know, but while
I
you're
will
looking up to tell me what number, please go to krishaandfrank.com. You can find links to see more Smokies, our merch, like mugs and cool stuff. And also, please go to our YouTube and subscribe. We are at 475 subscribers as of right now, this moment, which we don't know where we are in time.
We float.
We do, but we're trying to get to 500, and the 500th person that we can identify is going to get a handmade prize package from yours truly.
That's fantastic.
I think it is.
That's fantastic.
Don't unsubscribe and resubscribe, though. We're
No,
watching.
I think somebody did. I think because we had 475, then we had 474, then we had 475 again.
We're watching you.
Anyway, I understand, but also people die, and like I lose Twitter followers that way. They just drop off.
I lose Twitter followers because 80% of the people that followed me listened to me on country radio.
Oh,
and
they're
then
not into it.
Then the other ones are fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of fakes out there. Well, most of the people who follow me on Twitter are like corporate accounts and charity accounts.
Cool.
Not actual people.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool that I'm followed by some blue check fast food restaurants. I like it. But
Neat.
there's no person reading the
Right,
feed. You
right.
know? So anyway.
Which is
that's
why Twitter is the best place to follow me, because I say some crazy stuff.
But
there.
I'd rather they follow you or as a person. You know, and we want you to follow the Krisha and Frank Twitter because I post the episode there every day. It's an easy place to find the link.
Yes.
But I don't intend to follow a bunch of people back on that account because I don't ever read the, what do you call it, the timeline?
Yeah, no.
No, I only ever look at the notifications and I just update the, post the thing, and then I go back to my own timeline and that's what I read.
Right. What show number is this?
115.
Woohoo!
So
Nice.
that doesn't count our Saturday shows.
Right.
Or our Christmas show, or our Thanksgiving show. This is just
Right.
115 of what we call the Core 5 episodes.
Core 5.
But on the Saturday show that we most recently had, which was Gatlinburg Skylift
Skylift.
Park, I don't remember doing it in real life, but when we get to the end of the episode and you start chicken necking me, I mean, like right to my face, and I start doing it back to you, and I just laughed. I thought that's just so ridiculously stupid. But it also, I felt, showed that I like what you do comedically, you know. And I was saying right before we started, I said, "Oh, everyone should get themselves a podcast partner, radio partner, comedy partner,
Or friend.
who looks at you the way Krisha looks at me when we start every episode." I mean, because it gives you that boost of confidence. And, you know, she's like that look of, I got this.
I got you. I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why you get the DJ bell.
I had to put it off camera.
Otherwise.
I know if it's too close to me, I'll ding dong that thing.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it'd be too close to the mic. I mean, my friend Bean is a DJ beller.
Oh, is he?
But he uses it, it seems a little better than Scott. Oh, he doesn't overuse it.
Yeah.
But it's usually when you name some hot girl
Right.
or actress, she gets the bell. Right? Is that how it works? I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's not my favorite thing.
No. We're only, if you do it,
It's objectification in a weird way.
I'll say that since I mentioned Bean and his DJ bell, I read an interview, heard an interview, listened
I mean,
to
I
him
like
being
you, Bean.
interviewed.
I'm just saying.
Maybe he was being interviewed on Jimmy Pardo's podcast, and he talked about when the Kevin and Bean show started in 1990, they would do things to make fun of the morning zoo type of DJ.
Yeah.
It was intended to be a parody with the DJ bell or the horn sound effect or the yay or the clapping or the other comedy drops.
Yeah.
But it got to the point where it became no longer a parody. That actually became
were
their
just
show
doing it.
because it just becomes part of you.
Yeah.
And it's if you've got a good sense of humor, as they do, it's still funny.
Right.
When used in that way, it's, you know.
When you know it's a cliche, but you also acknowledge that you've become part of the cliche.
Yeah, and you know how to use the cliche as opposed to some DJs who just, you know, waka waka, ding ding ding, blah blah blah, wah, wah. Giggle girl, wah, wah.
So I have two small stories to tell you.
So if I keep stalling, would it help?
No, we're going to talk about that after the commercial. I'm going to let you relax right now.
No, I'm not gonna. That's the opposite.
But I'm going to give you the option.
All right.
I'm going to torture you until after our mid-roll. I'm going to give you the option. Would you like to hear, and this is a short story, but I made a middle of the week cheeseburger delivery to someone that I barely know.
Oh, all right.
Or how I went to Zumba last Saturday morning and it was an outdoor Zumba-thon, and I got Zumba Karen.
Let's do the Zumba first. Actually, I almost should have gone into the cheeseburger delivery store when we talked about the radio burgers that we used to get. But we'll get back. But since we just talked about Saturday and the Saturday episode, which is so funny, let's do Zumba Karen first.
So I'm actually going to
Zumba Karen?
Zumba Karen. I'm actually going to talk about the place that I went to because she wasn't a part of it. I was at Hey Bear Cafe, which is off of Middlebrook.
That sounds like it should be French. Hey Bear.
Hey Bear Cafe.
Like Herbert in French is Hey Bear?
It's Hey Bear Cafe.
Okay. Now I know I've driven by it.
And it is.
Is it the bubble tea place?
It's the bubble tea place.
That used to be called the bubble tea place.
It was
right?
the bubble tea place, but it is now Hey Bear Cafe. And they had their coffee shop, and their coffee is it's really good.
I have been waiting, Kumi. I've been waiting for Ramen Bones to come to that location because they're usually in South Knox. But I still need to go there. I mean, literally, it is the closest food truck park to my house. It's ridiculously close. So not that I'm giving away where I live, but I live at M&M Barbecue on Church Pit Road.
Yes. But they have their whole area. They've got acreage, and it's beautiful pine trees.
It's next to the funeral home.
Yeah.
That's why I know where it is.
They've got a fire pit.
I intend to service that funeral home once I'm dead. You make use of the service, utilize.
Yeah.
That's where that's where I want to be.
What'd I do? You want to be at Click?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're nice.
All right.
Anyway.
So I'm at Hey Bear Cafe. It's beautiful. They've got picnic tables and a fire pit, and they also have this very.
If Gentry Griffey makes a better offer, I guess we'd go there. But I mean, Click makes sense just logistically. It's next to Hey Bear Cafe.
It is.
With the picnic tables.
So when I go there and do a Zumba-thon, I can be like, Frank's memorial was there.
Yeah. Be just like that.
Are we going to shoot you up in a bottle rocket or plant you in a tree or what?
No, I want to be exhumable. I mean, if God willing, Dr. Bass outlives me.
That'd be so cool.
I need 93-year-old Dr. Bass to outlive me and 77-year-old Father Michael Woods to outlive me.
Yes.
So that they can be involved in my funeral and eventual exhumation.
Yes. So you want to be exhumable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just am excited about it.
Okay. Anyway, I went to a Zumba-thon that was to benefit Second Harvest Food Bank.
Yeah.
They usually do it at National Fitness Center, but of course it's not safe to be all indoorsy.
So they needed an outdoor location, and they picked the
Hey Bear
food
Cafe.
truck park.
And it was huge, wide open, and
I had no idea it was that big.
It's big. Like there's a whole back parking lot. They've got a walking trail back there. But anyway,
wow!
I went to the Zumba class because I needed to move my booty, and I've been tired of going to the Greenway.
How did you find out about the
On Facebook, I follow Hey Bear Cafe, and on Instagram, I follow Hey Bear Cafe. They posted about it. I paid my $10 to Second Harvest Food Bank, and I went and did some Zumba.
Was Michael Toronto there?
No.
Taking money? He should have been collecting the $10 at the door?
Okay. He was. But the way a Zumba-thon works is there's like a lot of teachers that teach Zumba at National Fitness Centers and just whatever.
Is this like a dance marathon at UT?
Yes. It's a dance marathon for charity, but it's a Zumba-thon. It was 90 minutes.
It's exercise.
It is.
Legitimate exercise with rules
and it is
Zumba-ing.
It is. It's dance, but it's dancing.
My daughter's been Zumba-ing. Zumba. Is there? What's the
Zumba?
Zumbing?
Doing Zumba.
She's been doing that with a YouTube Zumba instructor who doesn't speak.
Okay.
I don't know how it works.
Well, I mean, this one's a lot of like ladies cheering and woo.
Okay.
Because it's high energy. The whole thing stays high energy. But with a Zumba-thon, there's no stopping between songs. The songs just keep going. They'll interchange. One instructor will step up and start teaching.
So wait a second. They're allowed to change instructors, but you're not allowed to tag out and let somebody else Zumba in your place?
No, I mean, but there were a couple times I walked over and got a cup of water.
Oh, you're allowed to take a rest. Okay.
Right.
Because if the instructors are allowed to take a rest.
Right. You're not allowed to take a rest. They don't stop the music. Like, it keeps going. And there's a girl in front of me.
You can't stop the beat. There's a girl in front of you.
Anyway, so...
I'm not going to remember this later when she starts talking about an uncomfortable topic. If I can throw in enough show tunes, I can distract her.
We're never going to get through this story, so I can give you a hard time. Because this is a very short story.
It was?
Yes. It's a very short story. I'm Zumba-ing it up. There's a lady in front of me.
She's on to me.
And she is teeny, eensy, weensy, tiny. And she's got her N95 mask on and she ain't taking it off for nobody. And I have never seen anyone do a Zumba class like this because she was like the whole time.
Does she have some whippets under there? Because how do you
She's
breathe?
like, I don't know.
Ah, man, N95?
Yeah, and it was very spread out. But I had my regular mask on because as people started, it got a little more crowded. And it's a dance class.
I mean, when you say a little more crowded, it's still plenty of room to spread out. It's not a problem.
No.
It's not like there's hundreds of people.
No, but the gap was less than 6 feet at this point. Like, we weren't this close, but,
But you're still outdoors, kind of, the rule is technically...
Yeah. And anyway, I was just trying, and there were some people wearing masks, some people weren't. It wasn't that big a deal.
You're exercising.
But apparently what was a big deal is the girl in front of me is getting it. And there's one move, there's 3 women to my left, and there's 1 woman to my right. And we're arms...
Is it like line dancing-ish?
No, it's just...
and you got your place, and you do your exercise.
You're just doing your thing. But, there's these arm movements where, we're doing this, and I wasn't hitting anyone, so we're at least that far apart, if not more.
All right. So
Right?
we do it in sync, right?
Yeah, so I was probably like with my arm extended like this close to somebody.
And this way.
This way, about the same, right?
All right.
So we're doing this thing, and there's the move is it's to the right 3 times, to the left 3 times, and
because choreography.
It's all choreography. The whole thing is choreography. So for some reason, the kind of line that I'm in, when we go to the right 3 times, we're traveling. When we go to the left 3 times, nobody was going to the left. So we keep we're just running.
I feel the pain of the person who plants their feet and is afraid to go travel because you're afraid you're not going to. But
they were getting it this way, and I think there was a left foot problem. So. Having been a dancer my entire life, and having gone to a lot of exercise dance classes, when you're lined up like this, and I told Jere this, and she knew exactly.
Well, she's done a Zumba class
before. But what do?
I don't know.
You're in a line, and things are getting a little cramped. You stagger.
Oh, all
right.
Start a new line?
Not necessarily start a new line, but if you've got 1, 2...
Right.
3 people, right?
Yeah.
And you're getting a little wackadoo. One person steps back, and everybody has room.
So this would be normal, like in a ballet class or any class.
Any class.
You just give room, and and everyone else understands that that's how it works, and everybody just continues to. Okay.
And let's say there's plenty of room behind you.
Yeah,
there's plenty of room.
It's a huge park.
Right. And let's say you're there with a friend. Right, and you're there, and you're Zumba buddies, and
that's the only way I'd do it. If I was, I wouldn't do it. First of all,
this is the longest story. It should not be.
Someone else would have to drag me there.
So I step back, I stagger a little bit, and at the end of the song, I get on my shoulder. Oh. First of all, don't touch me.
No. It is COVID. COVID all over you.
Even if it's not COVID, don't touch me. She went, ma'am.
You got ma'amed?
I got ma'amed by a probably mid-50s to 60s woman who was there.
Got Zumba ma'amed?
I got Zumba ma'amed, and it was an aggressive ma'am.
How old does she think you are?
I don't give a flip how old she thinks I am.
Miss, you should get a miss, not a ma'am.
No, I should. Nothing should have been said in the first place.
All right.
She was. How I knew I was dealing with a Karen, ma'am.
Is that a Karen thing? 1, 2, 3.
You're in a class that literally they will come through the class and get you to woo. The entire point of a Zumba class is that everyone is accepted, every skill level, every dance level. You are there, you are having fun, do your thing. Doesn't matter if you know the dances or not. Even if you pick them up, you can't pick them up. Just boogie woogie until you pick back up whatever you're doing. It is just move. Just all you have to do in Zumba is just move and cheer if you want to. And I got a ma'am.
What, this?
And she's motioning to her personal space
Does
bubble.
this come from Karen on Will and Grace? Where does this come from?
I don't know.
This Karen, the whole Karen.
I don't know.
But so she does this to you.
So she signals her personal area and that I have moved back too far.
Because you staggered from the women in your line who were
I was
too close.
not close to this woman. I couldn't have kicked my back leg, my right leg out, my back leg like I'm a horse. I couldn't have kicked my back leg. I could
Is
not
this
have.
where I put in the picture of you
Nope.
kicking over the table?
No.
Okay.
I could not have kicked my leg completely out into an arabesque and hit this woman if I tried. Could not.
All right.
Like just boink, couldn't have done it.
All right.
So she gives me I need space. And she's the back row with, I don't know, 20 feet between her and the end of the little concrete thing. And I went, there's not a lot of room here. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not hitting anybody. Figure it out.
You told her to figure it out.
Uh-huh.
And then what she did?
I don't know, because I turned around and went, hey, hey.
I imagine that she imploded.
I don't know.
I imagine she sort of...
I never spoke another word to her. I did not look at her because I was enjoying myself, and I am not going to let someone else's issue. If she needed to move and she's uncomfortable, you move. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I moved to a space that was open.
That's why they had it there.
Where I would not hit or be in anyone else's way. But because I encroached on what she thought was her Zumba property, she felt the need, instead of just adjusting herself, which she very easily could have. She's like, I'm in a square and you're near.
It's not like you have a yoga mat. Or
No.
something. You don't put down
It's not like I parked right next, like.
You don't put down a Zumba, you don't, chalk the outline.
She Zumba Karen me.
Oh. You know where...
If you got, sir, what would happen in your brain? You'd be like, the F?
My world is unusual.
But I mean,
I get strange.
listen to the tone. Sir?
I would immediately be defensive. I would be like, what? I don't know if I would say it, but I'd be
like,
yeah, excuse me?
Right. And I'm sure my face, I was sweaty. I had my sunglasses on. I had a mask on. I had a hat on. I'm sweating. It is 37 degrees and I am sweating.
Ew.
And this was the look on my face, which she couldn't see any of it because I'm completely covered. But I was just like, figured out.
You know where there'd be more than enough room to have a Zumba class?
I do.
In air-conditioned luxury, if you chose with, ultraviolet HVAC systems,
yeah.
cleaning the air. And if the Zumba Karen got too close, you could probably get some hissing swans to come and scare them back, back Karen.
TheMiddleburgBarn.com.
At Fox Chase Farm in Loudoun County, Virginia, which is Middleburg, Virginia, of course. It's hunt country.
Hunt country.
Hunt country.
I like saying hunt country.
It does sound cool, but it's really, I think, more British and the fancy, steeplechase.
I do
horsing
know,
people.
like Fox and the Hound. It's hunt country.
Well, that's what they do. They go out there and they I think, do that.
Yes.
Well, at least all the restaurants are named after that. All the Hound in the Hand, or whatever it's called, the Hound and the Bird, or the
yeah.
Bird,
Sure.
they have strange named restaurants. But but also they've got these Olympic horse people who live there. But if you want to go and have a nice party, Maureen has built, my friend Maureen,
So beautiful.
has built the Middleburg Barn using the mortise and tenon, no nails, ancient techniques for the rustic luxury.
Rustic luxury.
And you can have a wedding there. You can have a corporate event. You can have a private party. I assume you could have a Zumba class. In fact, you could open the doors. If it's a nice day, you open the side doors and look at the Blue Ridge Mountains,
I mean, a private party, like you could private party up a Zoom class.
Yeah, Karen.
Yeah. But check them out, themiddleburgbarn.com.
540-687-5255. I'll let you know. Maureen watches the episodes in which we do her commercials.
Yes.
I don't think she watches all of them because she's a very busy businesswoman.
Yes.
But she texted me about one. She said it brightened her day. Something was, it was a tough day in the barn world. And we brightened her, made her laugh.
Aw,
and
thanks,
I broke the
Maureen.
news to her that we were thinking about driving by in the not too distant future.
Yeah.
And she said, okay.
Was she like, oh no?
No, she was cool with it.
Cool. Well, we're done with the show. Show's over.
No, it can't be over because I sold Maureen a commercial in the middle of the show, but I can't go for another 20 minutes.
We can't.
No, that's not going to work.
No.
What can we do?
See what you've done? Do you see what you've done?
Yes.
All you're joshing around. All you're trying to make my story longer. All you're adding in about funeral homing.
Yeah.
Now you done it.
Well, let's just take care of that part now, real quick. So what happened was my wife, I got my mom a job at the same place where my wife worked, and that was the end of that. That's how it turned out.
No, you got your mom a job.
Well, she was widowed and recently widowed.
At the same place your then girlfriend worked.
Was she still my girl? Was she my girlfriend?
She
yet?
said you guys got engaged while you were working there because of the story that happened, because the night you got engaged, something happened where it may not have been okay with your mother that you actually spent, I don't know. But anyway.
Go ahead.
I don't want to.
Jerry told you the story.
But
so
I'm
clearly
trying not
she's
to
okay.
air. No, I don't know.
Did she tell you the story?
She did.
She didn't tell me the story.
No, but you were there.
You know what? The ringing in my ears got very loud.
I don't
hear anything.
I'm trying to delicately step around. I mean, there's no.
Mom's passed, so it's okay, I guess.
Right.
And Jerry's now free to tell this story now that my mother's dead. So there was a company that sold tickets over the phone.
Right.
All right. Jerry and I met because we both worked in a box office selling tickets. We didn't work there at the same time, but we both worked there and had mutual friends.
Yes.
Jerry got a house after graduating college, where she rented it with other women who worked in the ticket office.
Is this the place that she lived that caused you to say that she was EU?
GU.
GU.
Geographically undesirable. I told my girlfriend.
She was 20 minutes away.
That she lived too far, and that she was now geographically undesirable.
And she married you.
She should not have. I gave her every... And if she ever gives me grief about it, I'll say, I warned you. I gave you every indication that I'm terrible. Do you know what I did on our first Valentine's?
Please tell me.
I wish I hadn't gotten open that door. Okay.
You said it.
I know. I shouldn't have. I forgot that we were recording.
You want me to turn it off?
I was just going to tell you, my friend, not going to tell...
You know what? We need to finish the story. I don't want to know about your Valentine's Day.
Okay, all right.
I do, but what I would prefer to hear is the completion of the story that your mother needed a job. She was widowed.
She's widowed, and I guess she stopped working for Cleve Clamp. She was working for a guy named Cleve Clamp, and he sold these checkbooks with carbon paper on them. So she needed a new job.
Yes.
And I asked John Vaughn, who used to be the box office manager, and had gone and started up this thing called Charge. He worked for a company called Charge It, affiliate of Charge It, a New York company, selling tickets to
over the phone
for all the big theaters, Kennedy Center and Meriwether Post and Warner Theater. And they had an office over by Chesapeake Bay Seafood House. And he hired my mother because he's a good man.
And your girlfriend was already
That's
working there.
That's how I knew about it, because
she was already working there.
Half the staff of Wolf Trap, which is how we know each other, we're all working over there.
Which is fine. But then you get engaged.
Yes. Well, there was a party down at the Geographically Undesirable house. And I had gotten the ring at Kay's Jewelers in the mall.
I love it.
So cool. My sister went with me. We picked out it was a terrible ring, but it's the most I could afford. You know? And I bring it. And I asked Jerry if she wants to go for a walk away from the party so I could talk to her privately. And under a streetlight somewhere on this suburban neighborhood, I give her the ring.
Did you need it? Did you?
I might have.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So cute.
Jerry might remember. I do not. I remember most of this. What I've told you about the part I remember.
Yes.
And anyway, so... It was, like I said, geographically undesirable. The party went late. I slept there.
Right. You slept in the house.
Yes.
Being very specific.
Yes.
Yes.
Slept. Like,
right. Shu, like, in a completely different place than you're now.
Yeah. Than where I lived
fiance.
At home. I still lived at home with my mother, so I don't know how she wouldn't have known.
But what I'm saying is, your now fiance, having just had this party, blah, 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 slept in a different place than you. You just slept under the same roof. Correct.
Well, I mean, probably in the same room. It wasn't that big of a house.
I am trying
Let's be
to
honest.
be helpful.
Where else am I going to sleep? Am I going to sleep with Debbie?
I don't know. Like couch?
Aaron or Aaron's sister, whose name I can't remember.
A couch?
Christine? Maybe.
You don't even remember.
No, I don't. I probably just crashed on the...
But anywho.
Probably just crashed in Jerry's room. Anyway, the point is that then they get to work.
And
right?
they all worked together, and they're like, you got engaged.
So now Monday comes around, and it's all these girls who are at the party, and my mother.
And your new fiance, Jere. And all of these girls start talking to Jere about how you stayed over after you proposed. And it wasn't part of the story, it was just an anecdote.
And I didn't know this until...
She told me the story.
I didn't know about this. I don't... If Jere told me about it before, I didn't attach meaning to it. But the fact that she's still hanging on to it all these years later... and that's a long time ago. And
I'm doubled over because I am just thinking of Jerry's sheer mortification at these, how old? 20-somethings?
Well, yeah, she would have been 23, maybe, 22, 23.
Just jibber jabber. That is so amazing.
23, yeah.
And there's your mother. And there's like, and you just want to die. And you just want to die. Like, just want to die. Because the story came about because I was talking about going to visiting my daughter at her job, and I was trying very hard not to embarrass her.
And here, my future wife has been embarrassed in front of her future mother-in-law.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder what my mom said. She probably did the slow burn.
What would your mother have said?
She would have said something snarky. We should ask, we'll have to ask Jere at some point.
I want to know from you what your mother would have said. Because she obviously never brought it up with you. Or if she did, you completely blocked that trauma out of your life. Okay, now, so tell me what you did on Valentine's Day, your first Valentine's Day.
Oh, God. Jere made me some beautiful macadamia nut lace cookies.
Ooh.
She calls them husband catchers to this day. I gifted her with a reprinted picture of myself as a child in a sailor suit holding a toy boat. As if to say, hey, we could have good kids. It was horrible. It was terrible. I gave her a picture of myself as a 4-year-old. I went to the trouble of having it copied, of taking the original picture from my parents, having it reprinted and framed to give to this girl for Valentine's Day, and we're not even engaged.
Does she still have it?
That's a good question. Yes, she must.
We gotta go.
We may still have the original if we don't have the copy. Of course we have it. Maybe I gave it to Megan. Because I look like Artie in the picture. So that's not bad, right? It's bad. You're saying it's bad? What's wrong with it? I know it's wrong, but I don't know why. Oh, fudge.